there's horny, and then there's whack-a-mole horny. If you want to be a whack-a-mole doll to be hit, there's only so much I can handle in this show, but that was fantastic, and the new go to horny jail meme, because that was pure comedy gold. Episodes 11 and 12 conclude, and honestly, not only is it nice that we know the second core, season 2 is what they're calling it, the sequel, is coming out in April, so one season break. I mean, I'm glad, it's no real surprise. I figured there would be something sometime next year. I just wasn't aware that they were simultaneously getting both cores done. So it's nice to have it come that soon. But the thing that really makes me appreciate 11 and 12 is the buildup, is the growth between Komi and Tadano and all the shenanigans that took place. A common thing that I had pointed out to me throughout my videos is that apparently the manga takes very long to get to places, and I didn't read the manga. I know people who have read the manga and really enjoy it. But whether the anime condensed things, whether the anime just portrayed it differently, all I can say is that I felt like there was a lot of development. There's two big factors that you can look at with Komi within the last 2 episodes that proves just how far not only she's grown as a person, but her relationship with Tadano has grown as well. Because if they just magically went into a relationship, or she could just magically talk, that would be stupid. The whole point is she has a communication disorder, right? Within the last 2 episodes, we get to see her not only speak to people, even if it's just a simple phrase without Tadano around, to even just like the mumbling of Nya on the top of the rooftop where people thought she was a cat girl maid. Either way, within the last couple episodes, comparing where she started out, barely able to write on the chalkboard with Tadano, with only Tadano in the room, you've seen so much build up with her character itself, and the fact that she has this big list of friends by the time the credits finish playing. You see how far she's come with her social disorder, and the fact that she's actually really pushing forward with being able to communicate, and the fact that she no longer cowers or doesn't say anything. She may get scared, but she doesn't run away anymore. And when it comes to the main relationship, I mean, we've known for some time that Tadano and Komi are perfect for one another. You can say that a million times and it's never not going to be 100% true. But what I really love is the idea of, I think my favorite part within the last couple episodes is when our boy goes up to sing karaoke, right? And because he's the average guy, no one's paying attention to him. That's kind of like the ongoing gag. But Komi is his cheerleader, is cheering him on. He's, 1, doesn't want people to listen because he doesn't think he's that good, but 2, he also feels hurt because no one's paying attention. But it immediately doesn't matter because the one person he cares about, that really the opinion that matters, is cheering him on as if he's amazing. And then when you see just like the numerous little moments from cute moments, like when they dress up Tadano and Komi is just blushing, she's melting, she's like, this is everything. Everyone else makes fun of him, but she just eats that up because she loves Tadano. It's crystal clear. And the fact that for her, that's the most adorable thing ever. I mean, that just kind of sells everything. But just the idea that there's so many times where he compliments her saying that she looks adorable, and then she gets very flustered and embarrassed, and then other characters have to point out the inability of super, clueful when it comes to so many different things. But when it comes to the romantic tension between them, he's completely dense to it. You just really get a sense throughout this anime, from smirks to grins to just the reactions, that they've bonded so much. They've gone from barely able to talk in a room, writing on a chalkboard, to really having that romantic air, from the dancing to the karaoke to the MAID CAFÉ to everything. And to me, it didn't feel slow in the slightest. Yes, there's not giant moments like kisses or hugs and things like that every other episode, but it feels natural for where we started out. Unable to talk, unable to have romantic feelings at all, to having quite a bit of that towards the very end. And the fact that we are getting a second core so soon has me excited. I mean, it's a very popular series. I wouldn't be shocked in the slightest to see it have multiple seasons. Hopefully, there'll be a little better distribution when it comes to Netflix, maybe not 2 weeks delay. I'll give them 1 week and I wouldn't be too mad, but 2 weeks is just too much for me. But I really, really enjoyed these last couple of episodes. From, getting someone who's just so, I forget what the trait would be, but just someone who's so neutral, who's very passive, not really high energy, low energy, but just kind of goes with the flow, and just, when they're going hardware shopping to buy the wood and things like that. It was just great to see that. And just the fact that Komi actually said something towards them, it was just like big sister, kind of like, it's just so good. It's just really, really solid to see how far the characters have truly come. Like, honestly, when I was walking into Komi, I thought my real thing that I'd really enjoy was just the funny situations, because it seemed like a humorous series. I mean, there was a ninja character, and there was just all these wild variety of personalities. It just seemed like that would be the thing that sold me. But the thing that I always come out appreciating the most is the slice of life romantic drama that builds the entire situation. Like, the fact of the matter is, like, when they started, talking about what they're going to do for their festival, and MAID CAFÉ came up, I knew immediately that's what they were going to do. There's just no way they weren't going to put Komi in a MAID outfit. But it was nice to see all their different plans. And then once they start basically like, okay, you're the goddess, you're going to sit on the chair. But then you see someone finally say, I want your help because of, maybe a little bit of an inability to read the room. But for Komi, that's all she wanted. She wanted to help. She wanted to participate. Because for her, being this kind of like idol worship or not being able to really be normal around people is something she doesn't want. She wants to be normal. She wants to be just a regular girl. Which is why Tadano to her is like the best person ever because he's actually normal around her. And the moment where they go into that haunted house, that haunted maze or whatever you want to call it, and like all these scary situations pop up, and then you have this one character who's just like, I can't scare her, can I? Like, is it like wrong for me? And by the time musters up the courage, yeah, Komi's already gone. Komi's already said, see you later. It was just great. Though the fact of the matter is they actually would have won if it wasn't for Osana just completely cheating and just manipulating the situation, but you can't help but love just everything that went down. And also, it can't be praised enough just how good the main backtrack song in the show is. I mean, it played almost every episode or every time there was an emotional sequence, and just building that atmosphere. The main theme of this show just... Sometimes when you hear the same song in almost every episode, sometimes I find myself saying, it's alright, but maybe you could have spiced up the OST a bit. But the main Komi theme, just with that kind of like escalation being like, this is so heartwarming and sweet, you would have to be an ice-cold bastard to not melt or feel some sort of warmth deep down inside when that main theme kicks in and you see Komi or Tadano blushing or they're getting visibly closer together. And the fact that they can now dance together, they very much have shown signs that they're romantically interested. It's hard not to love it. And I'm glad at the very least there's one character, that big sister character, who's actually actively encouraging rather than trying to bring them down. Though the Marry Me Komi was definitely unexpected. I mean, there's been a couple of episodes where watching by themselves I think would have been great, but 11 and 12 just works so great in a binge. And it was fun discussing this one. I mean, I did it at my own pace. There are so many different release schedules. There was Netflix 2 weeks behind, there's fan subs that were a week ahead, and then there's other fan subs that were like a month behind. I did it at my own pace and I enjoyed it a lot, and we'll see how season 2 goes with distribution, but I'm going to be watching it and most likely covering it as well, because these were fun videos to make. Let me know your thoughts on either the last couple of episodes, the series as a whole. What do you hope to see with season 2? Leave a like if you enjoyed and subscribe if you're new around here. So until next time, everyone, please take care and have a good one.